Hello, my crafty friends. Today I am sharing my first February paper pumpkin alternate cards. I have 5 cards to share today. I'm still working with the kit and I think I'm up to 12 cards so far using the kit, and I still have enough to make a couple more. So I will share those another day, but I wanted to start off with these alternates here. So the kit came with enough supplies to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 different designs. And the envelopes, there's 3 of this green print, 3 with this pink print, and 3 with a yellow print. If you follow me, you know I don't make a lot of A2 cards, but I do with the paper pumpkin kits because I really like the A2 envelopes. I like the lining, and so I just think that makes such a nice card set when you have a matching envelope. So I do tend to make the A2 cards. So this envelope, I stamped on the envelope with, I think it's called Blooms. I will have a full supply list on my blog post, which is linked below. So I stamped on that. That was not part of the kit. Look how pretty that is. So all of the items on the front of my card came in the kit. There were 3 of these pink card bases, 3 of these beautiful gold foiled vellum pieces, 3 of these Thinking of You stickers that are quite heavy black. I just loved them. And then there are some floral elements, which I absolutely loved. Also the self-adhesive black sequins and the bow. So the sketch shows this as a top folding A2. I turned it this way as my alternate. It also shows using 2 different bloom bundles on the card, but I thought using one just gave that a nice focus. Inside, I have an interactive card. I used the Rockin Rectangle die set by Karen Burniston. Now I don't have a tutorial for this because it does require a die set, and Karen has amazing assembly tutorials right on her product page. So I will have a link below to the Rockin Rectangle die set, and once you have the die and you know how to assemble it, you can change it up and use it any number of ways. So this striped paper here is the back side of the blooms. This is the Field and Flowers, I think it's called, pattern paper, which is a celebration package of paper. Fussy cut the blooms from that paper and added them to the Rockin Rectangle. Some more fussy cut pieces here and another piece of the pattern paper from the Flower and Field set. So just a nice interactive card, and I didn't add anything inside. So I can put a stamped label or sentiment here and right here, or just write a note here. So depending on who I go to send the card to, that will depend on how I finish it off. But the hard work is done with the pop-up being finished. Now my second card, this is the pink lined envelope, which I quite liked. And I used more of the Flower and Field pattern paper. I wouldn't have thought to have used this paper with the kit, but the kit came with a flyer saying how well it worked, so I thought I would give it a try. Now for this alternate, I did something different. You can see my card is white. It's actually the inside of the card. So there were 3 of these card bases in the kit, and I decided if I wanted to use this pattern paper that this would be a nice way to decorate the inside, just turning the card inside out. And this is probably my least favorite print in the Flower and Field pattern paper, but I was really pleased with how well it goes with the kit, and kind of a good opportunity to use a paper that I wasn't that keen on for other kinds of cards. The doily and the other elements are from the clearance rack. I've had these poppy elements for a while and I just haven't used them. They were also on the Stampin' Up! Clearance rack, but the colors worked perfectly. I gold embossed the Sorry for Your Loss on the black circle, which was included with these elements, but the Sorry for Your Loss and the black sequins came in the paper pumpkin kit. I used a scallop stitched rectangle from MFT Stamps, and the Sharing in Your Sorrow sentiment comes in the paper pumpkin kit. This element here I watercolored with a water brush and just dye inks, and then popped everything up with thin foam tape. So another alternate there. And now this one. I've talked a little bit before about the Stampin' Up! Colors and how sometimes they do make me cringe. The green envelopes, to me, they didn't go with much. I was okay using the green envelope on this one because I felt that the green from the flower tied in okay. I mean, not That's about the only green on there that matches, but I was okay with this one. However, none of the other papers in the Flower and Field pack matched. Honestly, I wasn't crazy about using the green envelope. So I did sacrifice one of the envelopes and used a Blueprints die. I believe it's Blueprints number 13, and I die cut that panel from the envelope and then used it on just a white card base. And then the beautiful foiled element that came in the kit, this black rimmed label was in the kit. I stamped some of the kit flowers and added some more twine from the kit. And now to me that looks like it's meant to go together, and it made me much happier. These little butterflies here, it's a single punch. It punches this butterfly and two small ones. It is an older punch from Martha Stewart. And then I just added another stitched rectangle inside using the same Blueprints die here and some more punched butterflies. These two are an older Stampin' Up! Punch, and this is from Hero Arts, sending caring thoughts your way. So that is a sympathy card for my stash. And then another alternate here is, I had a lot of fun doing this one. I used one of the butterfly punches to make a stencil and blending brushes to add butterflies to the back. This was punched out of vellum and given a wink of Stella, so it is curly, but I know once it goes through the mail, that will flatten out a little bit. The hello is with the shadow die. That is from Pink and Maine. And then this stitched rectangle, the smaller one, is Elizabeth Cruft Designs, and I also used the same Blueprints stitched rectangle for the larger piece. And this is the Oso Ombre patterned paper, which is also a free item from Stampin' Up! During Celebration. This rose print here is the same as the inside card here, so what I did is I cut the card base apart. I cut this piece smaller to add to the panel here, and then I used the back of the card inside. Another Stampin' Up! Punch here, and then these beautiful butterfly Fimo slices, clay slices, I'm not sure what you call them. And I have to give a shout out to Mummy Panda Supplies on Etsy. That's where I've been buying my little shapes for shaker cards. She has amazing customer service, and she's Canadian. So if you're Canadian and you're looking for some really cute items to work in your shaker cards, you don't have to pay an arm and a leg in shipping to bring them in from the US. You can order them from Canada, and I will link her shop below. In fact, this card is actually, I made it for her as a thank you. She usually tucks in a little goodie for me when I order. So this is one of the shaker pouches from MFT Stamps. It is a little bit bulky, so I will put a little piece of packing foam here and here when I go to send the card through the mail, and it probably will require an extra stamp, but I'm okay with that. The shadow from the hello was cut from vellum, and then I adhered some of the butterfly elements that I got from Mummy Panda as some additional accents, and I was tickled that I could add two together because they're double-sided and end up with a full-size butterfly rather than just the half butterfly. Inside I've added gems and beads and just some shaker filler from my stash. I can write her a little note in here, and this will be ready to head in the mail. Now my final card, I absolutely loved these gold vellum panels of the Thinking of You, the flowers. You know what, I really loved the kit. So for something just a little bit different, I used a larger card. This is an older card, an envelope base from Michaels. I've had them for several years, and folded. My card is 5 by 6.5 inches. I simply cut the pink card base in half and used the front panel as shown on the instructions. I just added a few of the flowers from the kit stamped here, and the yellows were colored with a Crayola marker. Inside, I cut a white panel of cardstock, and then there's a beautiful bouquet stamp included in the paper pumpkin kit, and I stamped it just around the edge here. So room to write a note, thinking of you. It can be for happy mail or just a number of occasions. I did stamp that bouquet on the envelope and then used a water brush to paint the bow, and the color bled, and it was just kind of a nice effect. So envelope is decorated as well, and here are my 5 paper pumpkin alternates for February 2021, and I will be back in a couple of weeks with another paper pumpkin alternate video. If you enjoyed my cards today, please give my video a thumbs up and subscribe to see more. And that's it for me today.